Hello and welcome back to the channel. So, this time we're going to be making some grass. First thing I'm going to do is going to select all, X, delete, then Shift A to add a mesh plane. Go into Tab to go into Edit mode and just scale it up to roughly about that size. Size isn't massively important. You probably heard that one before. But the first thing we've got now is this is our ground plane. We're going to use this as our floor. I'm going to append in a piece of grass that I have already got made, which is very simple, and I will link it down below in the description. It just looks like this. The simplest grass you've ever seen, and the material on it, if I click on it, no textures. It is very, very simple, and it's going to look better than most of the grass that you see in your games. So I do want it to be selectable, but I don't want it to appear in renders. So disable in renders. I'm also going to make it disabled in viewport so that I can't see it. Perfect. Disabled in viewport is not the same as just hitting the eye, because hitting the eye, if you press Alt H, it'll come back. Disable it in render in viewport, and we got that. And I also want it disabled in the render. Perfect. Next up, we've got our piece of grass there, and we've got our plane. So we're going to go particle properties. We're going to press the plus. We're going to switch it from emitter over to hair, and you'll get this. Then we're going to go down to the render button here. Instead of render as path, we want to render as object, and the object is our piece of grass. I'm realizing I need it to be visible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select it, press G, press Z to move it down. I'm just going to move it below the mesh so that it's out of the way. Now, this obviously doesn't look great at the moment, so I'm going to put the scale randomness up so that it's slightly altered, and I'm going to bring the scale up a little bit. Just because the smaller it is, the more I'll have to use in order to cover the mesh. But now if I go into rendered mode, already we do have some grass. I'm going to quickly add in a light sun just to shine some light on the mesh. It will also cast some light shadows, but we're going to swap from Eevee into cycles because it's nicer. This grass does look pretty good. But back into the path settings on the plane. I can click global coordinates if I wanted, but that'll bring it down, or object rotation, but that will start rotating it. So we're going to keep those off. I'm going to go into the children, and I'm going to switch it to interpolated. This will make the grass a lot denser, but it still has less some gaps, which is good. Gaps are good. You don't want it to be constant. And you can also go to simple if you wanted to, but that will make it even more gappy. So I'm going to stick to interpolated. I feel like interpolated is about what we want. And I would probably want this light up a bit stronger. Boom. And that is it on how to make very simple, good looking grass. I will throw in a render so you can actually see what it looks like in a rendered viewport. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to expand on this idea for the next episode, where we will take this very, very basic grass and turn it into a much more complex and much more thorough grass. Thank you for watching. Have a nice evening.